The Iranian government have been very successful at blocking out news coming out of the country, with taking down the internet and even apparently being able to interfere with the Starlink signals that were providing a sort of a link. But we do know a certain amount that is relevant to the protests. A couple of things. Sky Forensics has been able to identify the places where protest is taking place. And two really important markers are evident on that. One is it's taking place not just in the capital but elsewhere. That's always a big step in national protests. The second thing is we look at the targets of the protesters. They're not just overturning cars and setting fire to them. That's easy. Lots of protests do that. They're going for government buildings. They're going for government infrastructure. They're hitting at the government, and there's no way back when they start to do that. So they are very determined. The government said that they will suppress it, and the United States has said that they will not stand for the suppression of the protesters and seem to be working themselves up in the US to intervene in some way or other. What can they do? Well, there's a series of non-kinetic options. So they could try cyber-attacking the IRGC, the Iranian Republican Guard, and the secret police that operate with them. They could try maybe decapitating some of them by actually taking out, by assassination, some of those leaders of the IRGC. And they could try to build up the idea of an alternative transitional government. There is a transitional council to make it clear that there is a group of people who could move in and establish a better government if this government falls. But they also have some military options, and President Trump seems to imply that he's getting quite interested in them. The Americans have air bases all over the Middle East. The two most important are at Al Udeid in Qatar and Al Dhafra in the United Arab Emirates. And they have big forces there that are able to do lots of different things. It's possible that Middle Eastern governments wouldn't be happy about air operations against Iran being staged from their countries. If that were the case, then the United States could use Ramstein in Germany. That's their big base. They can do lots of things from Ramstein, and they can get to Iran from there. If they couldn't do that, they could also use their carriers. Their aircraft carriers provide them with a lot of flexibility, but although they have 10 or 11 of these carrier battle groups, they've only got 3 of them operational that we know of at the moment. The Gerald Ford is in the Caribbean. The George Washington is in Japan. The Abraham Lincoln, that's the closest, but that is in the South China Sea. And to get from the South China Sea to Iran is a journey of about 3,500 nautical miles. So that would actually take 5 or 6 days minimum for the Abraham Lincoln to get to the right place. It might happen. But the fact is, the American military are preparing for every eventuality, but only the man in the White House will decide which eventuality they might choose.